If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why oh why can't I? Yes, you guessed it. I'm going to talk to you about the song that we know a little bit of it, Over the Rainbow. Okay? You're going to have the document posted in the classroom. So for now, maybe you want to open the documents to follow the analysis of the song that we want to do today. This song belongs to a movie, a film, which is called The Wizard of Oz. The film also belongs to the category of the musicals because the majority of the most important scenes or themes in the movie are portrayed while the actors or actresses sing their thoughts about that. So this song in particular, which is called Over the Rainbow, appears in the film more or less about minute number 5. If you have not watched it, I recommend it to you to do it. It's an old movie, but it's a classic. And more than the movie, I want to add and say that the song Over the Rainbow belongs to the entire humanity in the sense that it became very famous, but more than that, because of the meaning of the poem, that it's like a longing for something different, and also of the structure of the song, how the composer conceived the music of the song. It starts with the character. Her name is Dorothy. She lives in a farm area in Kansas. She lives with her aunt and her uncle, and the only close to her friend, it's a little dog which is called Toto. In the movie, when they are showing scenes in the farm and the day's going on, she gets in trouble usually, and this time she complains because there's nothing else to do in the farm. Everything is like black and white, and she's longing for something different. So here is what we're going to do, a little bit of the analysis of how the composer, whose name is Harold Arlen, you have that in the first, in the cover sheet, you have the name of the composer, the one that wrote the music, and also the lyricist, or the one that wrote the poem, which in the music sheet appears as E.Y. Harburg. That's the name of the lyricist, and the composer's name is Arlen. A little bit of the music analysis of the song. We can also discover at the very beginning that the time signature is not a number. Originally, we have numbers like 4/4 or 3/4, or the compound meter that we have been clapping since last week, which is 6/8. In this case, we only have like a letter C with a vertical line. If you can't recall, and I'm going to show you here in my notes, the time signature for 4/4, we only use the letter C. Do you remember the meaning of that? It stands for common time. So in this case, we have a broken, if you wish, letter C, which means 2/2. That's the meaning of the time signature for this song. So 2/2 means that per each measure we only have 2 beats, and each beat corresponds to the half note. After some reading and looking for information, the majority of those that know the song very well have concluded that the tempo for the song will be a moderate adagio. Adagio is kind of a slow tempo or speed, and it's written in 72 beats per minute. So I'm going to put here my metronome that is familiar with you, and let's hear the speed of the song. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, etc. So I'm going to play the first entrance of the singer in that speed. 1, 2. And the lyric says, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. There you go. We have the speed already, we have the tempo, and the rhythm is very basic. It's a structure of two and rest. It's not very difficult, and the majority of you in my chorus classes have sung the song, and it has a repetition of the same rhythm and melody structure that goes from a low pitch to a higher pitch, and then a little movement. And in the center we have like a more like a moved, if you wish, portion that goes between a couple of notes up and down, up and down. If you can remember, starts, this would be on the next page. I'm going to try to, this is the first system, the second over here. On the third system, we have the little movement up and down of the notes. I'm going to play it for you and then I'll sing it for you. It goes like this. And then it repeats a little bit more with the lyric sounds. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. A little interlude where trouble melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. And that's the end of like the middle or center part of the song. And then goes back to like as at the beginning, somewhere, etc. And the end of the first portion ends very simple in here we are. Why then, oh why can't I? Which ends in the low C. We have a low C and we have a high C. The tonality of this particular version that I'm analyzing with you, which is the one we have sung in class, is C major. That starts in C, the low C, and ascends all the way to the next high C, which is an octave. It's very difficult to sing at the very beginning of a song like that. The composer, Arlen, creates this leap between these two notes from a low C to a high C to express in many ways the longing of the character. She doesn't want to stay in the place that she is right now. She's looking for something like better. And before the song starts, she's talking to her dog and asking herself and the dog, is there another place that we can go and find like more things to do, where we can be more happy, etc. So the composer, what he wanted to do is to express that the first note is like Kansas, the low note, the C, the low C. And the answer, where, is like the other unknown world for this character, Dorothy, that if you have watched the movie, you will understand that she gets to that unknown world, which is the world of Oz, the land of Oz. I found very interesting the structure of the song by using just an octave. Well, I said just an octave because it's not just, it's 8 notes between them. Somewhere. But the meaning behind it is what helps us to understand the structure, the musical structure of the song. So I was referring earlier about how the composer ends the first part of the song that ends in the low C, but he adds for the repetition a different ending after that. I'm going to start, this will be page number 3 at the top, and I'm going to skip the first ending, going to the second to show you the different way in which he is going to end the song. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? So the orchestra, or in this case the piano, plays the little interlude again. Time for thinking, and this is the different ending. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, and here instead of going down, it goes up. Why, oh, why can't I? And very cleverly, he ends in the high C, which behind the meaning of the song represents the other world where she's longing for. So this is a little short analysis of a jewel of the music, American music from the 20th century that has surpassed time, and I'm sure is going to continue. So you will encounter in the documents that I'm going to post it for the class, a copy of this, some other information, and I'm going to show you 2 or 3 more versions of the song, and maybe you want to add your own that you have found, or your personal, by singing the same song. I hope this helps to understand a little bit more of the musical structure of the song Over the Rainbow. Thank you.